for the Ukrainian refugees. We stand with the Ukrainian people. And we are the new Chinese people who's taking down the evil Chinese Communist Party. Because we all know the Chinese Communist Party is behind Putin, is behind the Russian invasion of Ukraine. And they don't represent the Chinese people. So we, the Chinese people, are represented by the new federal state of China. And our leader is not Xi Jinping. Our leader is Mr. Miles Guo. He's based in New York. And all of our rescue operation is sponsored by the Rule of Law Foundation in New York. And many Chinese people inside China support our mission to take down the Chinese Communist Party. And so this is how we get the funding.
We see the evil Chinese Communist Party. Looks like dangerous if you take this sign in your country. I mean, in China. But this is your message.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. Our message is the Chinese Communist Party is the evil. Because they have killed more than 80 million Chinese people. They have persecuted the Christians, the Catholics, the Tibetans. They have cracked down the Hong Kong people's movement. They're threatening Taiwan's peace and freedom. And they're also threatening the Asia's peace and security, including Japan. And they're also trying to corrupt the democratic society in the Western world. So they are the root cause of all the global disasters and humanitarian crisis. That's why the Chinese people, the real Chinese people, is taking down the evil Chinese Communist Party, because only by doing so we can eliminate all the problems. Yeah.
So you have security.
Yeah. We have professional security here, because the Chinese government, they try to send bad people coming here to destroy, to attack our operation. They have destroyed our QR code, an email system that was used to contact the refugees. So the Chinese government do not like us. They're trying to sabotage our rescue operation.
Okay. So that's why you're hiring the security.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so wearing this jacket in China will immediately get people disappeared and killed. So but we're not afraid of the Chinese Communist Party. They are afraid of us, because 99% of the people inside China are against the Chinese Communist Party. And Mr. Miles Guo is leading the Chinese people to take down the Chinese Communist Party.
So you said 99% of the inside of the China is against the CCP.
Yes.
If it's correct, why the government still exists?
Yes. Great question. The Chinese people has been enslaved by the Chinese Communist Party for 70 plus years. But in the international community has not unanimously condemned the Chinese Communist Party, has not sanctioned the Chinese Communist Party economically. So this is the reason why that we need to urge the international community to recognize the 1.4 billion Chinese people's yearning for freedom, and to stand with us to take down the Chinese Communist Party. If all the people can recognize the evil nature of the Chinese Communist Party and sanction the Chinese kleptocrats who have enslaved the Chinese people, we will be free. But the biggest change agent of this peaceful revolution will be with the Chinese people inside China.
Okay. So you were born in Beijing, right?
I was born in communist China. Like many Chinese diaspora, we left China because we cannot survive inside the communist society. I'm a U.S. citizen, and many of our volunteers, they came from Canada, from Spain, from Italy, from Germany. So we're the Chinese diaspora. But most of our supporters are inside China.
How did you change your mind? I mean, how did you leave your country, your party?
So as a human, we all have that nature of wanting freedom and democracy. This is inside everybody's heart. So once we are able to bypass the internet firewall using the VPN, we hear the truth. And we know the Chinese Communist Party's propaganda is all lying. And so we also learned that the communism in Eastern Europe, in Poland, in Ukraine, in the Eastern Bloc, and in the former Soviet Union has collapsed. So this gives us the hope that the communism must go down. And then now it's the time for the Chinese people to be free from communism. And we welcome international community to stand with the Chinese people to take down the Chinese Communist Party.
So why do you support the refugees from Ukraine? What's the reason? Do you try to advertise your messages, or why do you do this?
Yeah. So as everybody knows, the Chinese Communist Party is behind Putin. It's behind Russia's invasion of Ukraine. But the Chinese Communist Party does not represent Chinese people. And people inside China do not have a voice. They cannot have a platform to tell people that the Chinese Communist Party does not represent the Chinese people. But we, the Chinese people living outside of China, we're the Chinese diaspora, we have a voice. We need to tell people that the Chinese Communist Party does not represent the Chinese people. And we stand with the Ukrainian people. We condemn this Russian invasion. We stand with the international community. This is the reason why we care about the humanity. We love peace, freedom, and democracy. And so the Rule of Law Foundation sent all of us here at the Mytika border to help with the Ukrainian refugees. In our tent, we have received over 9,000 refugees coming across the Ukrainian border, mostly women and children and elderly. And our bus service has rescued more than 2,000 refugees from the war zone in Ukraine. And the Polish people, Ukrainian people, they love us. They said Chinese people are good people. And you're not only like taking down the Chinese Communist Party, but you are also providing humanitarian assistance to the victims of the war.